Dr. Joe Schwarcz is the exceptional host of the Dr. Joe Show that you know and love, Sundays at 3 on CJAD 800, and he's on the line. Dr. Joe, welcome back.
Hey, Elias.
Let's talk allergies because, I've got some indications. I hear from friends and family that say allergies are getting worse. Allergy season is getting worse. What can you tell us?
Well, this is the season for ragweed allergy, which is very often called hay fever, which is a misnomer because it really isn't an allergy to hay. The term actually traces back to the early 1800s when a physician found that symptoms of allergies became worse when it was haying season, which is late August and September, but nothing to do with hay. It all has to do with ragweed. And the reason it's called ragweed is because if you take a look at the leaves of the plant, they look ragged, and they are relatively easy to recognize. The problem is that ragweed releases pollen, which is the plant equivalent of male sperm. And these are tiny, tiny little granules, so small you can't see them with the naked eye. You have to look through a microscope. But of course, you can sense them, as millions of people know, because come middle August, they start to have runny noses, watery eyes, and itchy skin, the classic symptoms of so-called hay fever allergy. Ragweed is a ubiquitous plant. It grows in mostly abandoned fields because when you have crops or grass growing, these will crowd out the ragweed. But ragweed takes a hold whenever the soil is not properly maintained or cultivated. So a lawn that is regularly mowed and which has fertilizer applied to it is much less likely to produce ragweed.
With that in mind, does that mean there's an easy way to fight back against ragweed? Just plant other stuff?
Well, that is one way. The other way, of course, is to pull it out as soon as you see it. And hand pulling is what a lot of people do. But of course, if you mow your lawn properly all the time and fertilize it, then you won't have ragweed growing in the first place. As far as using herbicides, yes, they can be effective. But, these days we try to avoid using herbicides unless they are absolutely necessary. But the classic herbicides like 2,4-D and glyphosate will control ragweed. The thing to do if you are going to use one of those is to use a targeted sprayer. You don't just, spray your whole lawn. You use one of these sprayers that you can spritz just the ragweed. But you can pull them out by hand or using a trowel. And it's a tough battle because it's a hardy plant and it grows all over the place. So probably the best way to handle the situation is to understand its chemistry and to use antihistamines when you are symptomatic. Because what happens when you inhale the pollen, proteins on the surface of the pollen trigger the release of antibodies in our system. And those antibodies then place themselves on certain cells called mast cells. And when they encounter the allergen subsequently, they will interact with it and cause the mast cell to release histamine. And histamine is the chemical that actually causes the symptoms of the allergy. And antihistamines are very effective medications that will bind to the histamine and prevent it from triggering reactions by infusing itself into cells.
And are all antihistamines created equal?
No. Some of the older antihistamines like diphenhydramine, although very effective, cause basically you to be sleepy. They cause drowsiness. And that's why you'll see on the box, do not operate heavy machinery when you're taking it, which of course also refers to a car, which is a piece of heavy machinery.
Yeah.
But the newer antihistamines, things like Claritin, Reactin, don't have that drowsiness side effect. And they are in the new and improved versions, and they function extremely well. Now, unfortunately, the ragweed season is becoming longer these days, And that is thought to be due to climate change. The more carbon dioxide we have in the atmosphere and the warmer the climate, the more ragweed likes it. And we are seeing longer and longer hay fever seasons as the average global temperature increases. And this is just another one of the consequences of climate change.
Dr. Joe, stay safe from the allergies, and I want to thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks very much. Bye.
That's Dr. Joe Schwarcz. Of course, you can catch him Sundays at 3 p.m. on CJAD 800. He's also the director of the McGill Office for Science and Society.